All right, and Scott Hanford just showed up on the list. There he is.
Terrific. All right, is your team ready then, Phil?
Yes, sir.
All right, then if you'd like to begin by introducing yourself and the purpose for your visit today, and then you may go from there. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Commissioner Phillips. I appreciate it. My name is Phil Tipton. I'm the CEO with the Lebanon Valley Family YMCA. I have on the call with me Karen Groh, who is a board member of the YMCA and also the president of the chamber. Wiley Parker, who is on the YMCA board as well and serves as our legal counsel. And then Scott Hanford, who is our board chair with the Lebanon Valley Family YMCA and also is with the Hanford Auto Group. I just want to start off by thanking the commissioners for having the YMCA come to the meeting today. Thank you for purchasing, preserving, and protecting the land we know as Camp Shan. The YMCA has been involved with the property since the early 50s in some shape or form. Through that time, we have owned the property, then we've shared ownership with the property. Lancaster YMCA then had the opportunity to take over the property, and things have come about where we're very happy that the county has preserved the property. That helps protect programs that have been going on for years. We certainly hope that the county looks at this lease agreement, approves the lease agreement so that we can continue to supply programs for children throughout Lebanon County for many, many years to come. We've looked at this property throughout the years, and with everything that has recently happened over the past year, COVID has impacted childcare, has impacted just kids in general with virtual hardships, and we've seen it, and we've heard it from the school district. So we think there's no better place than to take kids out into the woods and to do programs and to do adventures with them. And so it's a great opportunity for us to do that. We started planning for camp even through the pandemic. We thought there might be an opportunity for us to provide something out at Camp Shan. So we started planning several months ago, seeing that if things lightened up a little bit, that we would be able to provide camp and possibly a resident camp. So we knew that we may have to pull the plug on it, but our goal was if the opportunity arose and we could provide it, we wanted to be there for the kids of the county. I'm very happy to say that at this point, as of today, we have about 145 children that are signed up for camps. We've got about 121 of kids involved with resident camp. So we're moving forward full steam ahead with the county support on that, and just looking forward to a long-time partnership with the county. I do want to thank the three individuals that I have on the call with me. Were very crucial in making this happen. Scott, as our leader at the YMCA, presented and helped me with the board, and certainly every board member is very excited about this opportunity. Many of them years ago had the opportunity to be involved with camp and with a longtime person here in Lebanon, Lefty Haulman, and so they remember their camper days from years before. Karen Groh was essential in many ways with this project, and basically she's been involved with camp, not only helping with projects out at camp, but helping with marketing materials and so on. So she's been priceless for us here at the YMCA. And then Wiley Parker, through my time here at the YMCA, has helped us on many projects, but I would say this is probably one of the biggest projects we've done, so we're very excited about it. I just asked the commissioners that certainly this partnership with the YMCA, that if we look at the time that we'll be partnering together, we will be serving hundreds of thousands of kids here in Lebanon County, and we're very excited about that opportunity. Karen, Wiley, Scott, if you'd like to say anything, I certainly would like to open it up to you as well.
Unmute, Wiley. Yes.
I look forward to being back here in 99 years to renew the lease.
I'll be a co-signer on that. Yes, Wiley, thank you for all the work that it took. And I know our interests at the county were foremost in everyone's mind as well to make this happen. And Tom Long, our solicitor for this, when has his stamp on it and approves it. So that's a comfort to all of us in terms of our side of this equation.
If it's appropriate here, could I just maybe talk about just some of the points of the lease, or just
Yes.
do an overview of the lease? So this is a 99-year lease with the YMCA for $1. That obviously is a long time, and who knows where we'll be in even 20, 30, 50 years. But there are provisions throughout the lease for both parties that if anything were happen to go sideways, or any reason to get out of this arrangement with due notice, either party can do that. And we worked hard on that kind of language. I think that probably the most careful we were about anything in here was the liability for both parties, obviously. And there is a lake there is a swimming pool, there is a ropes course, things that the county typically hasn't been involved with. So it was a little bit of a nail biter to get involved with a property like this. But the YMCA has coverage that is sufficient to our liking, and we, as Commissioner Phillips mentioned, Attorney Long was involved, Attorney Parker was involved. We had insurance producers from both sides involved. We even had our carrier, Pennsylvania County Risk Pool, their legal counsel reviewed it, and I think we put the last word of reasonably in it just yesterday. Is that right, Wiley? So the very last word. So it has been thoroughly reviewed, is recommended by everyone involved that you approve this. And in addition to the Y's involvement here, there's already a portion of that property that is preserved for a wildlife habitat by a federal agency. The remainder of the property, the county is going to preserve with the Lebanon Valley Conservancy. There has already been one site visit by the Conservancy Board, and I think they're coming back to do some habitat or wildlife assessment in the coming, I think it's in 2 weeks, maybe, or next week. And so we'll continue on that, and that'll come before you at some point as the landowner to authorize and approve that preservation, but that will put the entire parcel in preservation forever. So, and the Conservancy understands and is accommodating the portion of the property that's to be used for activities, and that's perfectly fine and allowable in the language that they'll put together. So I think that's all I have, unless Wiley or Phil have anything on that lease that I may have missed.
No, I want to thank Tom Long. There were some issues that were slightly contentious that we were able to work through, and I think the lease on the whole is fair to both parties, and we really look forward to a long and mutually beneficial relationship.
If everyone has commented, I would like to make a motion to put this on the table to approve the lease, and I would like to make a comment.
And
I will second, and I would like to comment as well.
all right, I will defer to Commissioner Litz first this time. How's that?
Okay.
That's
Thank
great.
you, Sue. Well, doing things for future generations of children is something I look for in projects, and that is what Camp Shand is. And having the YMC manage this camp, I just think is a wonderful marriage, if you will, because that's their specialty, working with children. We had Coleman Park Pool close. We have a pool here. The kids will be able to go swimming. And if I'm not wrong, I was out there several times. I kind of remember a lake. They might be able to teach some paddle sports and boating safety, that sort of thing. And so it gets kids away from computers and off of their iPhones and doing the basics that kids need to do for a healthy, long life. So I am so thrilled to be able to see this project come to fruition, if I can get my words out. But when Phil started, now Phil starts with a P, so maybe he just likes P's, but he hit the nail on the head with 3 words: purchase, preserve, and protect. We're doing all that with Camp Shand, and I can't thank you enough for bringing this project as a great partnership for the future. And the 99 years takes care of a lot of ups and downs that we can avoid with changes in leadership at the commissioner's office as we all age out of the position. Thank you so much.
Hey, Commissioner Ames.
Well, I'm not going to admit that I'm going to age out of the position like Commissioner Litz has, but that may very well happen if I'm not careful. I too am always excited because the reason and I'm sure my colleagues as well, the reason I'm in this position is that I want to do the right things for the residents of Lebanon County. And that's always my emphasis as I consider various agreements and purchases and things of that type. And when during the tenure of this board, we've made some really significant steps with the changes at Governor Dick, and now, of course, Camp Shand. I think we continue to move in the right direction, and the preservation piece is really important. And as soon as I knew we had this opportunity, I raised the issue as to whether or not we could and somehow put this land in preservation, because as during our last the action when we were dealing with DHL's request for alert, preservation of farmland and open land and wildlife and trees and just the really positive things is very important, I think, to this board. So this truly is a win-win agreement, and I'm pleased to be able to vote to approve it and make it happen. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. I too agree that this is right in line with a lot of the other investments that we've made. Bill mentioned Governor Dick, and of course the rail trail, parks and recreational areas across the county. Many municipalities have benefited from Marcellus Shale money and other funding sources from the county. So we've invested a lot in those efforts, and I think this last 10 years has been very critical to the growth of the quality of life in many of those respects. The preservation of land, Bill, you mentioned that from our last conversation, and Commissioner Litz had mentioned, we're going to hit 20,000 preserved acres this year. And that is for a Class 5 county, we're #1 in preserved land in the state as a Class 5 county. And I think we're in the top 5 in the state, regardless of the size of the county. So, our efforts are well documented in that respect as well. But we are investing in the future with the children of Lebanon County. And this is kind of one of those good opportunities to do something for the next generation. We're talking about a lot of times the other issues that affect the adults in the room, but now this is a great investment in the next generation. So we thank the folks at the Y for their leadership and pulling this together with us, and for our ability to be able to do it. That's another factor during COVID. A lot of things were not being able to be accomplished, and this was something that we did in spite of all the drawbacks with the COVID issues. So thank you for your diligence in making it happen through that time frame. Anything else, Karen?
Yes, if I may, Commissioners. I have been involved with Camp Shand for over 20 years on many different levels, as Phil mentioned. I've also been involved with the Lebanon YMCA for as long on many different levels before even Phil got in, which seems like it was ages ago. The passion for both organizations is incredible. And as somebody who has seen how Camp Shand has changed the lives of children, I've seen children playing there and growing in character and going through so many amazing experiences and then come back as counselors. We are building great adults through the programs at Camp Shand. And I just can't tell you how grateful I am that everybody has been able to work together on bringing this property back to Lebanon County, on having it under the amazing guidance of the Lebanon YMCA. And for everybody here on the screen, I welcome you all to the neighborhood since I am now your closest neighbor.
Very good. Commissioner Litz.
Yes, I did have just two more points. The one is I did ask, and it's my understanding it was exhausted to try and preserve this as part of our farmland preservation program, but apparently the contiguous acres with that wildlife, U.S. wildlife piece in there just didn't work out. So I'm glad the Conservancy is there as a backup, but I would have liked to add to our numbers of preserved farmland with the trees. You have a management plan for trees, and that can be farming too. But the other thing is, last time I was at Camp Shand, I think Karen was actually there, and they talked me into doing the zip line. So I challenge anybody who wants to have a lot of fun to get out there and do that zip line.
It's getting inspected this week, so that's a good thing.
Wait for this lease to go through though, so that the liability is on the Y.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Perfect. Anything else from, if not, we thank you for everything and look forward to a long, at least century-long relationship. Camp Shand. Thank you.
Thank you all very much. Thank you.
You have a vote on it?
I'm sorry. Yeah, I guess we should. I'm not sure where we are. Are we in agreement here? Yes, all in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. So ordered. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You
Aye.
betcha.
Thank you all.